Well, hello everyone. My name is Joaquin Paredes Araneda. I'm from Chile, and I'm here with my colleague Elsa Barron from the United States. We're going to talk today about youth and environmental peace building. Elsa, do you want to take it?
Um, Thank you so much, Joaquin. So, the first question we're trying to answer today is what is environmental peace building? And the reality is that climate change and peace are both global systems that are deeply interconnected and interwoven. And this means that climate change impacts act as a threat multiplier for forms of violence, conflict, and injustice around the world. This can play out in specific ways, including mismanagement or conflict over resources, displacement of communities from their homes, or the exacerbation of existing social, economic, and political instabilities around the world. But there's a flip side. In a world impacted by global climate change, peace is equally interconnected and equally important in building opportunities and solutions to address the climate crisis. And so, this kind of environmental and climate peace must not only be the absence of violence, but the presence of just, strong, and equitable communities. And so, to take that kind of broad theory of environmental peace building down to the ground, we have three examples: one that touches on family, community, and faith, another that deals with student organizing for action, and the last, engagement in policy for dialogue and peace building solutions. So, the first is rooted in family, community, and faith. It's based at Tent of Nations Farm in Palestine, a family that has been directly impacted by militarization and securitization in attempts to displace them from their land, ranging from actual eviction orders to electricity, water, and road closures by the military and destruction of their crops, including the symbolically peaceful crop of the olive grove. But in response to these challenges and examples of violence, they have responded to electricity cutoffs with solar panels, rain or water cutoffs with rainwater harvesting, and the destruction of their crops and communities by bringing together youth to educate and replant together, sustaining their vision of sustainable, creative, environmental nonviolence to the occupation that they face. The second example comes from Aotearoa, New Zealand, where a group of student volunteer army, which is actually anything but an army in the traditional sense, has come together to mobilize, to build community, to organize, and to equip themselves to respond to climate impacts resiliently and peacefully. In particular, they have been mobilizing to respond to increased flooding and have worked with the Institute for Climate and Peace in capacity building. This community, by prepping themselves for climate resilience and adaptation as a peace building solution, has prevented the militarization that can come in response to disasters when the military is the only equipped institution to respond. The last example comes from my home community in the United States, where a group of high school students under the name Confront the Climate Crisis has come together to do the much needed, what I would classify as peace building work, to bring together polarized political communities in Indiana, a largely conservative state, to take action and to build legislation to confront the climate crisis and build a task force that works intersectionally to address these challenges. Hopefully, one or more of those examples from very different parts of the world resonates with you and can show a little bit more about what environmental peace building really is and can be as it's applied. And with that, I'll turn it over to Joaquin to talk a little bit more about why this is important and why you should get involved.
Okay, so why is this important and why you should get involved in this process? Is are we okay? So we believe, based on these examples, that peace building, and environmental peace building are an adaptation solution. So we believe that
Yes,
having the people that are affected by the climate crisis participating,
solutions that are
I think it's like interrupting. Yeah, sorry. So we believe that having the people that are most affected by the climate crisis participating in the decision-making processes that affect their livelihoods can build healthy responses to climate-related crisis and avoid conflict. So for this, we can have different examples, uh, like in Chile, where we work training students in like climate. We give them climate education in my organization, and we also teach them peace building tools that can help them in their daily lives, because peace building is not only the absence of conflict, but as Elsa was saying, is the presence of just and equitable and strong communities. So, because of this, we want to take all of this knowledge and also bring it to the international space and sphere. So, in Latin America, for example, we have the Escazú Agreement, which is the regional agreement on access to information, public participation, and justice on environmental matters. And this agreement not only brings new transparency ideas for the Latin American countries, improving the public participation, which allows them to have a better livelihoods, but also it protects environmental defenders in the most dangerous region in the world to be a climate activist, which is part of the work that we believe in. So, taking all this into consideration, we want to invite you to include peace building in your work, in climate work, because it is an adaptation solution. And we also want to call decision makers to also think how peace building has an important role on loss and damage in the most impacted communities, because giving communities capacity building around peace building and having more resilient resources and tools, they can also uh, live better lives and be more ready to all the effects of extreme weather events, problems with transparency, water management, and a lot of other elements. As the climate crisis, as Elsa was saying, is a big threat multiplier. So thank you. I'm going to turn it to Elsa to some final remarks.
And we only have 3 key takeaways for you today. The first is for policymakers and decision makers to consider the interlinkages between climate change and violence, and on the flip side, climate action and peace building seriously in the policies and action that they develop. The second key takeaway is an invitation for all youth in this space,
Gives us the opportunity.
Communities, and the invitation to get involved in peace building and organizing towards climate resilience in your home community. The final takeaway is to encourage substantive engagement and leadership of youth in spaces where climate and peace decisions are being made. As an example, this pavilion itself is doing a great job of. So that is what we'll leave you with today in terms of how to move forward. And we thank you for continuing the dialogue with us.
Thank you.